Sometimes the stories we see online are half told. A friendship once admired is now being questioned. A public image once celebrated by many is now surrounded with debate. A lot of people are coming out with their truths, different voices, different issues, different encounters. This is the story of Ekene Umenwa, her rise, who she is, her faith, the controversy surrounding her at the moment. So let's get into it. If this is your first time here, you are very welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for being here. I am Dr. Precious, and in this channel, we continue to discuss context. Before the controversies, who is Ekene Umenwa? Ekene Umenwa was born in Benin City, Nigeria, raised in faith, purpose, and strong spiritual influence. At just 13 years old, she said she experienced a calling, not just to act, but to use acting as a tool to lead people closer to Christ. For her, acting was never only about fame, it was about mission, impact, and the expression of faith. Her journey into acting started quietly, no spotlight, no noise, just a young woman with belief and determination. Step by step, role by role, she began building her presence through acting, content creation, and her expressive personality. Then came a moment that would push her into wider public recognition, her wedding. During her wedding, Moses Bliss, a gospel singer that is loved by so many, showed up. She was surprised by her best friend, Deacon Famous. We will talk more about Deacon Famous later in this video. So when Ekene saw Moses Bliss, she immediately dropped on her knees in very big euphoria, very happy, very hyper, jumping, screaming. So this is actually what threw Ekene into the limelight. Because after that incident, her wedding went viral. Many criticized it, that who is Moses Bliss for her to kneel down? Is Moses Bliss God? This is idol worship. What is she doing? Will she even kneel down for her husband? Why others were like, oh, leave her alone. She was just excited. It's good to be humble. That shows she's a humble person. That shows humility. That shows somebody who admires Christ so much. And at that moment, Moses Bliss was representing Christ. And the Ekene Umenwa is known for such acts. You will often see her when she sees a statue of Mary or when she sees a statue of Jesus. Ekene will always go and do these expressions, jumping extremely hyper, like very admiring the statue and seem like she's communicating with the statue as if Christ himself is in the statue. So she has gained a lot of criticism for this same act and also a lot of admiration for this same act. Of course, there's always the naysayers and there's always those that will welcome it, especially the Catholics. Like I mentioned, Deacon Famous is also a content creator. Known in the media space, he often makes skits, he produces movies, and just dabbles into everything media. Deacon Famous was known to be very close and even maybe a bestie to Ekene Umenwa. They were often seen together. They were often sharing laughter. It came easy. You will see them in many poses, and you will see the true, innocent reflection of pure friendship in those pictures. During her wedding, Deacon Famous was a stable presence. He showed up. He showed out. He did everything to make sure that her bestie had one of the best and most talked about wedding. And he succeeded. That moment with Moses Bliss shot that wedding into one of the most talked about weddings in history, thereby making Ekene Umenwa more famous, more online followers, and more visibility. As time went on, Ekene continued with her craft. Deacon Famous continued with his craft. But at some point, when Deacon Famous was now set to marry, people began to notice things. There was silence on Ekene's part. There wasn't as much participation from Ekene, the bestie. Her presence was not felt as it should. People began to question it. People began to hear things. Rumors started seeping out. There was a lot of things happening. Now there was a lady that Deacon Famous had dated for many years, a Nigerian beauty called Adawi in social media. They were known together. Their love affair was in secret. Everybody knew about them. But when the King Famous was now getting married to somebody else, the story was that the King Famous dumped her long-term girlfriend to marry a lady from Ghana because of benefits that he could get from it. The lady was said to be a British citizen, so the King Famous was probably going to become a British citizen himself. The lady was said to be older than him. It was so many things said. But ultimately, the King Famous was presented as a demonic person who would dump a faithful long-term girlfriend for benefits. So people began to talk bad about the King Famous. One of the things that was propagated out there was that the King Famous was not happy because the said bestie, Ekene Umenwa, celebrated this supposedly dumped girlfriend on her birthday. So the King Famous was so demonized. What kind of a human being is he? A human being that will dump a girl and still get angry that somebody is trying to celebrate the girl. Somebody is trying to say good words that will make the girl to come out of her depression. Somebody else is seeing something good in the girl that he dumped. So the King Famous was blacklisted. People unfollowed him. He was talked about in a very negative way. So this whole controversies definitely did not help the King Famous. It did not help his career. It did not help his finances. It did not help his image. But the King Famous did not say anything. He completed his wedding and he kept trying to survive like everyone else. On the other hand, Ekene Umenwa has gotten pregnant and eventually traveled to the United States to deliver. Eventually, she delivered and came back to Nigeria. When she came back to Nigeria, she was said to stop by a statue of Mary, presented her baby, and paid homage even before going home. So those acts is what made people to believe that Ekene Umenwa is very connected to her God, very intentional about her God, very loud about her God. Unlike so many Nollywood actors and actresses that are not really that vocal about their faith. But Ekene Umenwa didn't care. And this have endeared her to so many people, especially people of faith, that this is someone who is not afraid to say what she believes in and preach the gospel of Christ. She will often take to social media to pray for people. She seems so passionate because sometimes when you see her praying, she will squeeze her face.
God is God. He has the power to destroy, yet He's the nice God. People will not get level for life, then they destroy people.
She will talk, she will, like the emotions are flowing. It would be easy to believe that this is a person that takes God, Christ, and Mary, and everything it tells very seriously. So everything continued to go until February 2026, just maybe a few weeks ago. If you remember the bestie, the King Famous, now came to social media to finally tell his side of the story. Listen.
I waited one whole year to do this video, right? I'll go straight into the point. You guys remember when I got married in 2025, right? And the first news that broke out during my wedding time was that I unfollowed a certain actress because, one, my wife didn't like her or something. Secondly, because she wished someone a happy birthday and all of that. I saw all those news trending, at the time, and I didn't want to respond. I personally decided not to respond. And my wife didn't want me to respond to anything. She just wanted me to, have a good time because it was our wedding period and all of that. Now, why am I saying this now? I'm saying this because at the time, it was painful. I've forgiven everyone. I've forgiven all of them. But I have to say this for future purposes, right? In case tomorrow, my children in the future get to see all of those news, they will also see that there was a time where I had to defend myself, okay? Let's get straight into the business. Number one, my wife didn't have issues with anybody at the time. My wife is somebody who hardly talks. She's one of the most peaceful persons I've ever met in my life. She doesn't talk, she doesn't like trouble, she doesn't like drama, right? So everything was solely between me and this fellow. Now, this was what happened. When they said I unfollowed the person because I unfollowed the actress because she wished someone a happy birthday, it was lie, right? I was in this lady's house a day before she made that birthday post, or rather a night before, because we were there till like 2 a.m. This actress kept condemning the person she was wishing happy birthday, saying all sorts of things about that person. I didn't have issues with that person, right? I may not have ended up with that person, but it was for very valid reasons. And note, I didn't leave anybody. I didn't dump anybody. I didn't break any heart. I was the one who was dumped. I was the one who was left. I was the one who was used. I was the victim. So I didn't leave anybody. They left me. But this video is not about that one. It's about the actress. So this actress kept condemning that person a lot. Said a lot of terrible things about that person. We were just listening. Even told us that that person had intentions of attacking us physically and spiritually on our wedding day. We still didn't say anything. The same actress said she was going to bring anointing oil to anoint my wife on my wedding day as to avoid or prevent that other person from attacking us spiritually. So she said she was going to be with my wife on my wedding day to make sure no evil person touches my wife, to make sure this and that doesn't happen and all that. It's okay. We kept quiet. We were just listening. We didn't say much. And I said, okay. She also said she has not been in touch with this person for a long time. I mean, the actress said she has not been in touch with that person for a very long time. Said they've not been talking. That person and her mom has been trying to reach out to her, but she's not been talking to them because of what they did to me, blah, 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 blah. I said, me, I don't have issues with these people. Okay? I don't have issues with these people. But I mean, all these things you're saying now, it's okay. Now, after saying all of these things, the next day, this person posted the same person she was condemning the previous day. The same person she was warning us against. And she posted this person with sweet words. Okay? Posted the person, this is the chat. And I reached out to her via DM. I said, I don't understand you. You are wishing this person happy birthday on my wedding week. I don't have issues with who you post. But I mean, in my wedding week, you are posting this person same time, same wedding week. You were condemning this person previously. I don't know who to believe. Whether you or whoever, I don't know who to believe. And I mean, as my person, I have a right, as my friend that she was, I had a right to say, look, I'm not comfortable with this thing. You told me A yesterday and you are acting B today. I don't understand. Make it straight, get it clear. Where do you belong? And that was it. And this actress did not respond to my DM. What did she do? She made a screenshot of the DM. Forwarded it to a lot of persons, including her priest. I reached out to her husband. I said, look, this is it. The only person, surprisingly, the only person in her sphere of contact that did not support her was her mom. The mom kept pleading on her behalf, apologizing to me on her behalf. I said, look, my son, forget this thing. We are family, we are this, we are that. Let's just fix this thing. I apologize. What she did was wrong. I have spoken to her and I have told her explicitly that what she did was wrong. And I said, okay. The next thing, there was a gang up against me during my wedding. She now told the designer to seize my wife's wedding dress. This was a day to my wedding. She instructed, because the designer was loyal to her. She instructed the designer to seize my wife's wedding dress. And I said, okay, what do we do? And now called all of these things, I believe was also because I did not give her the job of a wedding planner to do for my wedding. I had another person in mind and I didn't want to use friendship. And I'm grateful to God that I used Amadiva Bridals for my wedding till tomorrow. With all of the things this person had done at this time, this person still came to my wedding nonchalantly. Came to my wedding to create content. Came with video person recording her, came close to me and was giving signal for them to record me and her so that she would post and vindicate herself online. I saw all those things, I didn't say anything. And so, some persons around her started gaining wisdom at the time, like, no, this is too much, this is bad, this way you do this guy. This was the same person where I carried her wedding for head. I arrived at the city of her wedding days before the traditional marriage, and not just the white wedding, days before. I rented cars, I brought two of her favorite gospel singers, which made the headlines, which was what made her to trend and got her to the level where she is today. I did all of these things, spent millions, I sorted out everything, made sure everything was in place. I was there for her. Even when social media was dragging her, I came out to defend her. I took bullets for her. I'm just talking about wedding. I'm not even talking about the things and the risk I had taken because of this person and the things I had selflessly done for this person. So, let's put that aside. Whatever we do for God, But I just felt like as a friend, I didn't deserve all those things. So there was a certain blogger that was, blasting this news, writing about me, writing about my wife. For Christ's sake, I just got married at the time. This certain blogger was just throwing tantrums back and forth over and over and over again. And I spoke to somebody. I said, did you know this faceless blogger? And the person said yes. I said, please put me on a call with this blogger. He put me on the call with the blogger. I said, this thing you're posting, somebody has to be giving you this information. What is all this? These things are not even true. What are you writing? You know me before. What thing happened? And the person said, yes, they paid me to write. I said, okay. How much did they pay you? Said, I think 200,000 or 250, I can't remember. And then I said, okay, drop your account. And I sent $500,000. I said, tell me who paid you. And there, the blogger began to mention names. Began to mention these people. I said, how does somebody tell a lie? How does somebody tell a lie? And then, sorry, I'm not going to put the Instagram chat, right? Except they come out to say, I am lying. And then we will get to the main business. And the next thing, I was thinking, how can somebody tell a lie and still fund the lie? Like, pay to propagate lies against somebody who is supposed to be your friend or even a brother. So, I was depressed. I was so sad. My comment sections were bloody. People were lambasting me, insulting me. Insulting me is not a problem. But insulting my innocent wife, who had no hand in any of these things, who was not against... No, see, I sent her a movie script. I said, there's a movie I want us to do. I didn't send script, I sent synopsis. I said, get one job, I want me and you do. She was like, okay, but please, let's just do the wedding. I said, okay. We now did the wedding trended, she got more famous, got more followers and all of that. After the wedding, I said, oh yeah, have fun, let's just shoot this job. This is like 2 or 3 days job. And she said, no, that she has to go for honeymoon and come back. I said, okay, I go wait. Went for honeymoon, came back. I said, how far? And she said that she's trying to rest. She has not started working. I said, this one don't turn wine, you know. Okay. So, how's it going to be? Give me dates that is convenient for you. This person gave me a date. And I moved my team of 13 persons from Lagos to Asaba. Because this person said she cannot travel to Lagos for the job. I said, no problem. Let us shoot the film in Asaba. I came to Asaba. We paid for apartments, paid for everything we needed. Only for me to go and buy tiger nuts from a shop. And I met her husband there. Freshman shop, Summit Road, Asaba. Met her husband there. I said, you there, Asaba? And we don't even know. I said, your wife knows I did now. Nah, job with me and I want to carry me come. He said, which job? I said, job with me and your wife did. I did start on so date. He said, no, that his wife is not available for that date. I said, how do you mean? She gave me the date by herself. He said, yes, the wife has given someone else that date. He's telling me as a husband that the wife will not be there for my job. Lo and behold, she didn't show up. She didn't take my call. It was terrible. We talked back and forth. She wasn't responding. We waited for a few days and we had to go back to Lagos without shooting anything. As a result of that, we were now having issues. We were not talking until she got pregnant. Talking. Just not be saying we be enemies, but I mean, just day, because she didn't apologize for what happened. Just day your day, my day, my day. Everybody good day. Right? One night, she called me around 1 or 2 a.m. Nigerian time, because she was abroad. Said she's heavily pregnant. She's gonna give birth very soon, like pretty soon. And you know, at this point, I was ready planning my own wedding. But like I said, I don't even do introduction. No, I never do introduction that time. I can't remember anyway. But I don't really tell my wife. I don't tell my wife, say I don't meet my wife. We don't date for long. I don't tell her, say I go marry her. So at this time, said she doesn't want to have a baby when she and her closest buddy know they talk. So she's just calling to say sorry for what happened with that movie. I said, no problem. I forgive you. And we made up and everybody was happy. I said, have your baby, we are waiting. Now, this actress had the baby. We were talking, I kept in touch throughout the entire process. In fact, I was even the one who was supposed to arrange for cars to pick her from Lagos airport. Because the day she returned, I think I was not in Lagos. I was in Abuja for Brain Jotta's show. His first show in Abuja. Meanwhile, he's doing another one, May. So you guys get involved again. So, I was in Abuja, so I couldn't make it. Now, when she now returned to Asaba, I now traveled to Asaba. Myself and some other guys, I got them. I said, I'm going to visit this my person. She just born, so let us, let's buy some things. The video was posted, but a lot of items took all those things to her to say, oh, congratulations, saw the baby for the first time. It was beautiful. It was after then, I now wanted to propose to my wife in Abuja, and I called her on video. And somehow say, this one way they marry person where we don't know. I say, no worry, I know him. You don't need to know the person. She not be they marry. I know him. He said, yeah, but you don't think I said, well, I know be small pikin, relax, everywhere good. I've even prayed about it, so God has given me a go ahead, so that's it. And then she said, okay. As we're doing the engagement, she called on video call, which I think the picture I posted, called on video call, she was happy and all of that. Said, oh, we have a wedding to plan. So I think maybe when she didn't get the job, she started saying, okay, we'll use her vendors, we'll use this person, she'll give us this vendor, she'll give us that vendor. I said, okay, call the vendors. She was calling them, I was paying. But when this whole drama started during my wedding, she began to control the vendors, telling them what to do, late hours to arrive. She was frustrating my wedding. And the truth is, like I said, I have forgiven. But I don't think I'll ever forget what they did to me. Because that thing they did to me has made me a different person. Has made me to see life differently. What they did to me has made me to understand that there is actually no friendship in this world. Anybody can mess you up anytime. That thing broke my trust for people. Made me tighten up. Made me less, I don't know. I don't want to use the word depressed. But I mean, it is what it is. And then a lot happened though. But I can only go into deeper details. I swear to God, if anybody comes out to say what I said in this video is a lie, that is when I will now really give social media drama. I'm doing this because my wedding is 1 year, and to be honest, 1 year is enough to heal from anything. For me, 1 year is enough. I've healed from all of these things. It affected me terribly for about 10 months. I lost, during the time they said I unfollowed this person, I lost over 65,000 followers on Facebook. Yeah, it happened. It broke me. My engagement dropped. I got scared of posting. Before on Facebook, if people DM me, I need your help, I used to help. But now I didn't believe in humans anymore. I felt everybody was lying. I felt everybody would, embarrass me or harass me someday. I felt everybody was after my life. It was another type of depression. But God saved me. Most friends left, but Jesus stayed. So I just want to thank all those of you, the very few friends who stayed and encouraged me. Brain Jota, Frank Edwards, I just want to thank you guys. I mean, it was a tough period, really tough period. But thank God for where we are today. We are 1 year stronger. We are 1 year wiser. We are 1 year bigger. And by the grace of God, more testimonies will come our way and come your way in this 2026. Just be careful those you call your friends. And let me tell you this, every human being has all it takes to disappoint you. Don't trust too much. No matter how you love and trust people, do that with your brain. And let God lead you to the true friends. Don't choose your friends. Let Jesus choose them for you. Destiny will bring genuine people your way. And when the non-genuine ones come, move away. Because they just have one aim, to hurt you. Be careful.
So after the King Famous came out to say his side of the story, internet went crazy. Everybody was saying, Jesus baby, Jesus last baby. Ekene Umenwa was known with many things, so many names, but the most popular would be Jesus last born, Jesus last baby. People were like, Jesus last baby did all this, did all that. People were making videos apologizing to the King Famous. For some reason, most people did not care to hear the Ekene Umenwa side of the story. The King Famous was believed. He had the grace of people believing him. There was something about the way he said it, the way he told the story that shows sincerity. So many people kept apologizing. It turns out that the lady they said he dumped was the one that dumped him. It turns out that the reason he complained about the post, from what he said, is based on what this same Ekene talked to him about the day before. Now, this is something that happens in a lot of friendships. When a friend will come and tell you so many negative things about another friend, and you still see that friend hanging out with the said evil person, it begs a question. I don't know why some people do that, but they do. They like to sow discord in friendships, and they will turn around and be the innocent one for whatever reason. But anyway, after the King Famous gave his side of the story, many people were reacting to it. Like I said, a lot of people believed him. And eventually, he came out for a second round because apparently, Ekene Umenwa were doing things from the background instead of coming out to address the public. As if that wasn't enough. Another lady from America, you remember she went to America to give birth. The lady that she supposedly stayed with now made a video saying that Ekene Umenwa practically messed up her life, that she used to host a lot of Nollywood people. But when Ekene came to her house, all hell broke loose. Ekene caused discord between her and all her friends. Ekene made a lot of allegations on her. Ekene acted so many weird things and continued to spoil her name. This is a lady that brought her to America, fight for her to come to America, housed her in America, fed her in America. She ended up demonizing the lady and causing a lot of chaos in her life. Listen to the lady.
Yes, I'm the lady in America that brought Ekene here in America. I didn't bring Ekene. I'll call her name because Ekene Femo did not call her name. I will call her name because if she wants to go to court anywhere she wants, I have my facts, I have my figure, I have everything that I can match her one to one. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, and I'm not gonna lie against her. No. What I'm gonna talk about is about Ekene Umenwa, and I'm not gonna bring any other person into it because they are irrelevant. I'm a threat to the mother and child. I am restricted from seeing her. I was shocked. I held myself from collapsing. I was like, no, it's not right. There must be a mistake somewhere. I told them to go back. They said, Mom, this is your ID, right? Or do you have another ID? I said, no, this is not. They said, no, please, you have to leave the premises. I was shocked. I cried. I cried. I had a friend on the phone. He was like, what did I hear now? I said, you heard right. He said, what did I hear now? Oh, no, this is crazy. And you should know that that can mess up my license. What did I do to Ekene to want to tarnish my image like that? What did I do to you? That you had to go for my means of livelihood. She came for everybody. Talked about how Harrison's wife, Destiny Etiko helped that one. Harrison, I don't know. He called, Destiny Etiko apparently called her and then was angry about what Harrison's wife did. Ekene was happy. Yeah, that was fit her because she wanted to do it. She was talking bad about everybody. Destiny, Amarachi, what are their names? Onyi, Mary Igwe, everybody. Only Michael's wife, everyone. Uche Nancy's kids, everyone. Who wasn't on her table? Everybody. Choma Chijoke, Vesa own is very dirty. He started telling everybody there, oh, that I beat my dad in there. I'll beat my dad in there. I was like, eh? So I remember she said that Daphne beats her mom. I said, okay, that's the pattern that we beat our parents. I said, oh, you don't deserve to have friends. You don't even deserve anything good. You are messing up Catholic, messing up Mother Mary. You are giving that Catholic people bad name. Those same people you talk about, you post them online, happy birthday. That's the same thing because the famous said. Aduli, you talked about her here. You talked so bad about this girl. And then you went ahead to put some of the people that you destroyed. I see your posts when you post them, hey, happy birthday. I'm just like, who gave birth to you? Why are you this evil? Why?
As if that was not enough, a lot of other people started coming to talk. I'm going to put like a brief compilation of people that spoke on Ekene here for you to see. She gossiped about a lot of her friends in Nollywood. The one that carried the most weight will be Destiny Etiko, whom we presume acted like sisters. Ekene said that Destiny Etiko beat her mom. According to the lady in America, Destiny Etiko immediately unfollowed Ekene. If you know Destiny Etiko, you know she doesn't joke with her mom. Destiny Etiko will often post a video where her mom is praising her and she's dancing. I actually admired their relationship. Every time I see such videos, I miss my own mom. And Ekene said that Destiny beat her mom. Many people have come to talk about Ekene Umenwa, the supposedly Jesus baby that were so into Christ and all things righteousness. Turns out, according to these people, to be the devil herself. Now people are beckoning for Ekene to come and speak. People are beckoning for her. What she did so far is talk to Stanley on Top, another blogger, to speak on her behalf. Ekene said that the lady in America turned her into a housemaid, made her to cook for her father, and things like that. That didn't fly. If you lived in the Western world, you know there's something that we all know. It's not like back home. When you're in America, you have to carry your weight. If your younger sister comes to stay with you in America and they're staying free, you are going extra mile. Most people will collect rent from their younger siblings. It's just the way the country is built. Bills, bills, bills. There's bill for water, bill for air, bill for everything. You pay mortgage here. It's not like Nigeria. Once you build a house, you have a house. Everything else is minor expenses. No, here you continue to pay. So that culture is not because people are being wicked. It's because of the way the country is set up. It's a lot of expenses, and it takes contributions from everybody for all to survive. So if the lady had asked Ekene to cook while she went to work, most people will not see it as a wicked act if that lady indeed asked her to cook. Often in America, pregnant women will not only go to work, but they will still come home and do their chores. Again, the way it's set up. What about single mothers? People that don't have husband living with them. Maybe their husband travels for work. So cooking while pregnant will not be considered a maltreatment. And hence, to my greatest surprise, a lot of people share this opinion. Watch.
You don't pay kindness with wickedness. See the way she is relaxed. You know that she's saying the truth. When I know person when they talk truth, I look their forehead. When I forget how the content creator, everybody gets different calling. Look at her very well. If you have that eye, look at her mouth. Look at the calmness in her. Ekene, your name is Ekwensu. You went to America and made her friend your friend, whereby you were tarnishing her image. And madam, that woman will be your friend. Though. Ekene, Obigie, Taragini, you're a very wicked person. Mary, this, Mary, that. This today is blessed. Now people when they follow you, will not know you. I know you, but I just decided to, to give her that video last year, year before last, about a donker that went viral on my TikTok page. And here am I today, doing a video for you because me and you, I know you. Tell people what you tell, wash yourself. When we say you call it trained, what do they act? What do you know how to act? Tell people the water where you use when you bath, when you come to tacos, all day. This woman, you owe her a public apology. You're a wicked girl. And somebody that sent for you from Nigeria to America, and you could decide to tarnish her image like this, put a restriction when she won't come visit you and that's your pikin, and you put a red flag on her ID. Hey! Ekene, you need the mother of Mary to help you, not be even Mary. Ekene, you owe this lady to say that I'm very disappointed at you for what you did. Giving my credit to somebody else is what I'm fighting against. I know you're taking it down. You have changed it, but again, don't forget, millions of people have seen it. The video went viral. A lot of people saw that post. On your Facebook page where you have 2.3 million followers, meaning 2.3 million followers saw that wrong post you did. Ekene Umenwa, I would actually want you to also give a public apology for that thing you did to my brand. That is you.
And I want to use this video to apologize to Destiny Etiko. My love, the day I saw that girl in your house, that day we were shooting, I had a lot of things to tell you. But I said, okay, let me keep my cool. You understand? If you look, let's say I just come as a banana, bad my person, I don't know. If you hear what this actress has said about you, and then I didn't also want to say anything because I am close to Amadiva. So anything I said at that point will look as if, okay, I don't like her because Amadiva is my person. I was just watching and waiting for the day like this. Now, one thing you understand in the Nollywood industry, when people come and say they hate themselves, is this same thing that this fake actress is doing. That point where they'll be knocking their head together. This one will go and say, this one say, this one will go and say, this one say, this one will go and say, this one say, creating enmity. And if they come and tell you what this one say, you don't they keep malice. There's no way to verify. A lot of punk enemies in the Nollywood industry today is then say, no facts. Somebody will just come and tell you something. The next thing you don't spread your leg, you don't close eye, you don't keep malice, you don't confirm. In fact, 90% of the quarrel going on today in Nollywood, that beef, is then say, you heard when Angela Corey also said it in her video, when she had that misunderstanding with Mercy Johnson and she came out. They say, this one say, and they always say this thing so that you will never be in contact or in the same space with that person. So we need to be careful, especially we women. See, don't be too comfortable when people are slandering other people in front of you. Don't be too comfortable, because if they can do that, you understand my point, they can do it to you. This particular actress, she has a pattern. This thing that this American woman said, she has done it to more than 50 people. It is her pattern. And this actress that used to jump up and down in Mary's statue, you don't need to do her anything for her to tear you down. Once she sees you as a competition, once she sees that you are better than her, once she sees you are beautiful, she tears everybody down. Oh, now, when she finishes, she will go lie down in front of Mary. Who are you deceiving? Now, God just open this actress. I am telling you again, these people have not even said 20% of who this actress is. The actress, when they walk up and then go lie down in front of Mary's statue, let me pray for you, let me pray for you. Very demonic girl. Demon, they follow her. The lady who accommodated her in America, no verse. This is how they used to go and spoil us today. Small opportunity to go there, go block road with their witchcraft. Now look at this beautiful woman. Her only crime was to invite you to America. Maybe she's your fan. And this is what you paid her back with.
Two comments actually caught my attention. First, a comment from this person exposing how actress Ekene ruined her own husband and some of her colleagues in the industry. And secondly, that of this Nollywood actress Mommy Uche Ibere Ago, as in I was dazzled when I saw what she wrote about actress Ekene Umenwa. Even though the comments were a bit lengthy, I had to read to the end because I couldn't believe that actress Ekene did all of this. So please stay with me to the end to get the gist in full. So the first comment that got my attention is this one made by someone dragging actress Ekene for tarnishing the image of her colleagues, as in she tagged actress Ekene to the comments as she wrote, because Amarachi, that is the actress Amarachi Gidimba aka Pino Pino, said on one of her posts that Ruby should stop calling everyone sister. You and Destiny went ahead to unfollow her. You are keeping malice with Queenette Hilbert because she's on the side of Ruby. Anyone that sides Ruby, that is actress Ruby or Jacob, becomes your enemy. Your parents and 5 siblings are in your husband's house. Chimo, hey! You have sucked dry your husband and now the poor man is jobless. You are now controlling your husband. Your family have turned your husband into a houseboy. Child, I feel for him. Ekene, all your sins will find you out. You will reap what you sow. You poison Destiny Etiko mind against standing on top. You have ridiculed standing on top to everyone that comes your way. How can you be this wicked? I thank God people are beginning to see through you. Jesus baby indeed. Yet your heart is very bitter towards another. The same you got angry and unfollowed Deacon Famous after his wedding just because he chose Amadiva Bridal to plan his wedding instead of you. Was it not the same you that told some of your colleagues in Anasaba not to attend Deacon Famous wedding, that he is into men, that is Gabriel? Was it not you that broadcast it on air by telling Cutie Jules, the blogger, that Uju Okoli and Georgina Ibe are both lesbian having an affair together? Hey, Chinekemo, Omo people they gossip. Was it not the same you that told Cutie Jules that Baba Rex is cheating on his wife with Uju Okoli? The same you that told Destiny Etiko to unfollow Onyinye Okafor, that Onyinye Okafor has mouth odor, that whenever she speaks, she always likes to open her mouth wide and talk, that all she knows how to do is to shake her bum bum online. This is part 1. I will expose you. The world will still know your true color at Ekene Umenwa.
No, don't do that with me. They have begged for you. Even my pastor that you insulted pleaded on your behalf. Do not push me, else I will spill a lot of things that will spoil your life. Be careful. I will not give you any chance to do this nonsense to me again. I will not. See, this time around, I will fight. And you know me. You know, say I know the blab. Anything where I talk, you know, say I do am. Since you know me, I never talk one thing where I no do. So don't play, because if I start, the rain will fall on many roofs. Even your religious leader will do your life. We go careful,
So at the end of the day, the King Famous have doubled down, have come back after Ekene have collaborated with Stanley on top to say her own side of the story. Here is what the King Famous have to say. At the end of the day, this story, a tie rapper, a still tie gele, he still put makeup. At this point, Ekene Umenwa, if all these allegations are true, then she might have a good reason for deep reflection. As many people have pointed out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individuals cannot be lying on the same person. For what? So there is need for reflection and see maybe there's something she's doing that she doesn't even know that she's doing. And maybe distribute apologies as needed and try to reform herself so she can maintain her image, because at this point, that image is shattered. And if she is innocent through all this, I would love to know, why would all these people be targeting one person? Many people have come to attest to the character of the woman in America. Other Nollywood actresses saying that they have also stayed in the woman's house and the woman is an angel. All fingers are pointing to Ekene. Well, maybe not too disappointing, because oftentimes people put on a facade for whatever gain they're hoping. Like I said in the beginning, everything we see online is not always the full story. What is your opinion? Do you think Ekene is being lied on? Do you think Ekene is the devil, like many have said? What do you think? Drop your opinion down below so we'll continue this conversation. And thank you so much for staying with me all through this story. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out. And until next time, may God bless you. Bye-bye.